Most parents walk into the toy aisle looking for something to entertain their baby. If it lights up, plays a song, and buys you 10 minutes of peace, it feels like a win. But here's what nobody's telling you. The toys that entertain your baby the most are often doing the least for their brain. I'm Cherrick, a pediatric physical therapist. This boring block is doing more for your baby's development right now than a $40 light-up gadget ever will. Between the ages of 9 and 12 months, your baby's hands, balance, and their brain are all wiring up at the same time. The toys in your home are either helping that process or they're getting in the way. Today, I'm giving you the PT-approved list for 9 to 12 months. What to skip, what to buy, and what's actually happening inside your baby's body and brain. Your baby is working on 3 big things. 1, movement. They're learning to navigate the world vertically, pulling themselves to stand and cruising side to side. Every time they wobble or fall on their diaper, their nervous system is learning balance. 2, the pincer grasp. They're moving from using their whole hand like a rake to using their thumb and index finger. This is the foundation for feeding themselves and eventually writing. They're learning cause and effect. They're learning that their actions change the world. When they drop a spoon off a high chair, they're not being bad, they're being scientists. So let's get into the PT-approved list of toys. Toy number 1, the sturdy Push Wagon. The why? Unlike seated walkers with those little holes in them, a wagon lets your baby see their feet. They learn to adjust their weight and catch themselves. Here's a PT tip. If someone offers you a hand-me-down seated walker, thank them and pass on it. It teaches toe walking and it removes the balance challenge they need to grow. Toy number 2, simple blocks. The why? At this age, they won't stack them. They'll bang them, they'll transfer them hand to hand, and they'll drop them. Here's a PT tip. Don't try to teach them to stack just yet. You build the tower and let them knock it down. Reaching to swipe at that tower builds core strength and sitting balance. Toy number 3, nesting cups. The why? Intentionally letting go of an object is harder than grabbing it. Here's a PT tip. Model it, drop it, dump it out of a container, and make it look exciting. You're teaching them motor planning. Toy number 4, textured balls. The why? Rolling a ball back and forth requires visual tracking and social interaction. Here's a PT tip. Roll it slowly and then wait. That processing pause where they look at the ball and decide what to do, that's executive functioning in real time. The modified shape sorter. The why? Matching shapes is actually an 18-month skill. Here's a PT tip. Take the lid off. Let them drop shapes into the open bucket. Success builds confidence. You can add the lid back in a few months. Toy number 6, board books. The why? Turning thick pages is actually a fine motor workout. Here's a PT tip. It's okay if they chew the book or hold it upside down. The interaction is the development, not the story. Now, I wouldn't be doing my job if we didn't talk about some toys that you should skip. So let's do that. These aren't dangerous, but they aren't earning their place in your living room just yet. Electronic performer toys. If the toy lights up and spins without the baby doing anything, it's not teaching cause and effect. It's just a distraction box. Number 2, exercisers too early. If they can't sit up on their own, don't force them into a standing position. It loads a spine that isn't ready. Floor time is where the magic happens. Academic flashcards. Cognitive development at this stage is driven by movement. They aren't ready to learn from 2D images yet. The floor is their classroom. So let's talk about when to call a PT. Every baby moves at their own pace, but mention it to your pediatrician if by 12 months they aren't sitting steadily without support. They strongly prefer one hand and barely use the other, or they aren't exploring movement at all. No rolling, no scooting or crawling. You don't need to spend a fortune. What your baby needs most is your presence, floor time, and the freedom to struggle a little bit before you swoop in to help. If you want to track these milestones, I've put together a free milestone checklist linked in the description. Here's a question for you. Which toy on this list surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. I read every single one.